I am just very, very happy to be here tonight. I've been on for the past 4 years, someone asked me tonight, where have you been? And then someone said, well, he's been around. I see him at the ballpark. I see him doing this, that, and the other thing. I have been around, but I've stayed out of politics. And, you know, politics is a tough sport. And I'm not going to go into why we are all here tonight, because we know why. We have our individual reasons why we're here tonight. But the one thing we can't do is look back, say what's happened over the past 4 years. All too many times in Lawrence, there's a negative, there can be a negative tone, and it's us versus them, or them versus us, or he was with so-and-so. Well, for 4 years, I've stayed away from that, and I've done my thing, you've all done your thing. There's people here that have run for public office, there's people here that are in elected office. And public service, to me, is a very important thing. So, when I, in 2010, 2011, 2013, made a decision to stay away from things, I was talking with somebody. And that was Juan, who I got introduced to as Manny. And I tease him all the time. Is it Juan or Manny? And so, it's both, I guess. But we've had conversations, and we've talked, and we've hung out, and we've met for coffees, and we talk Lawrence. Because I love the city, like you all do, and that's why you're here. But I got to know this man, and we talked, and he got involved with the recall election, the recall procedure rather. We talked then, and we've talked on the baseball field. And I got to know this man, and I really have appreciated getting to know him, because I see in him what I want from a mayor, and that is someone who carries themselves in a way that not only I can be proud of, but we can all be proud of. This is a man who has raised a family here, and I want to stop and thank them for sharing him with us for the next several weeks and the next few months. It's not easy, and the sacrifice you're making is very much appreciated, and I applaud you for that. Thank you. So the time to stand on the sidelines for me ended with Juan. When we were talking about all the things that we would like to see in the city, he shared with me his thoughts. He shared with me his passion. And all the while, he's running out to homes that had burned to help families. He's going to his job as a firefighter. He's running off to his daughter's graduation. And through it all, he's maintaining his passion for the city. With all the negative stuff I talked about earlier, he remains positive. He and Wayne and their involvement in helping people after fires. Here's a guy who fights fires for a living, so on his days off, what does he want to go do? He goes and helps people that are affected by these fires. And I just, that is just phenomenal. And I could go on, but you all know these attributes of this man. And he is really going to need your help. I had prepared a script, and I said, you know what? I want to share with you my individual story, and you all have yours. I love this man's passion. He has the determination, I believe, that will make him a successful mayor. And he can't succeed alone. And I want to close by saying, Gary mentioned it earlier. He mentioned the headquarters address, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's on Essex Street. You all need to start tomorrow helping this man. This is, I don't know how many people running for mayor, but there's a lot. There's a very short campaign season, and he's got a very determined incumbent that he is up against. We all need to get together, grow this room. We need to leave here tonight and grow this room. You need, if you're here supporting Juan or Manny or however you know him tonight, You need to go home tomorrow and make a list and say, these 10, these 20, these 30 people I'm going to reach out to over this weekend, and I'm going to bring them down to meet Gary. I'm going to have them, I'm going to introduce them to Juan if they haven't already met him, and I'm going to get them involved, because this is a huge endeavor, and I can't stress that enough. Tonight is the night to feel good. Tomorrow is the day to get to work, and you can make that happen. He's one of the last candidates in. He's got a great showing here tonight, but it's going to take more. And I know tomorrow I will give him my list, and I will give him my support, and I will do so with no reservations whatsoever. And I will close by saying thank you for stepping up, continuing your public service. Public service as a firefighter, helping people in need, and now stepping into the political arena. I don't know if I don't know if that speaks to your sanity or not, but having done it myself, it's not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, it's the best thing I ever did, other than marry my wife and have children. So. Sticker on. As soon as I get a bumper sticker from the front desk, I'll get that on the car. And I look forward to going to work for the next X amount of days before the primary, because the real race primary is 9 people in. Let's help this guy get over the finish line. Do it by growing this room tenfold and getting them out to vote on election day. Thank you all.
And just to clarify, it's 61 days. 61 days till the primary. And again, the address is 256 Essex. Next with that, we're gonna, I'm introducing Juan's niece, who's gonna be saying a little bit something about her uncle, introducing him. So I'd like to bring up Jackie Santiago.
He did a great job, but I do need my notes, so. The way I'm going to keep my composure, this man is very special to me. So good evening to all of you ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, all the residents of Lawrence. My name is Jacqueline Santiago, and I was born and raised here in Lawrence. And I am humbled and honored today to be able to speak about my uncle and introduce him to all of you today in a different kind of way. There are many people that know my Uncle Manny, or Tío Manny as I always call him, because he's impacted a lot of lives. But as for me, I could tell you that my life would not be as rich or as full of opportunity as it is at this moment, because his influence has really shaped my life. He was the father figure that stepped up and took me to school, delivered me there safely in kindergarten when my parents had to go to work. He was the voice of reason that warned me many times in my rebellious teenage years. And I'm gonna do my best Manny voice. Jackie, your education is important. You need to focus on those school books and stop focusing on those boys. Yes, he did. And now he was right. I know that he was right, because that education has paid off. I went to Trinity College, and I'm now a chief operating officer of an agency, nonprofit agency in Hartford that works with kids. And now, due to his efforts, I can also give back to Lawrence. I was blessed to have him in my life, and I feel that Lawrence would be fortunate to have him as a mayor as well. He is a symbol of hope for this city, for a better Lawrence. He is simply a hardworking man that is looking to make a difference so that Lawrence can be fruitful. And we don't hear all those negative things that people say about Lawrence, right? There are three ingredients that I think make him the best candidate. He is committed, of good character, and amazing courage. He came to the United States from Puerto Rico unable to speak English. His family of 10 brothers and sisters had lived in poverty, and my uncle realized that hard work and education were the only way to overcome So he worked tirelessly to learn the language and excel in high school so that he could go to college, and he did. Now he is a family man and a firefighter and dedicated to his family, completely committed, and he's rooted in his family values. He's working to make this community a safer place. His accomplishments tell me that he's a doer, not just a dreamer. His good character can rally people for positive change. He is humble and hardworking, and his only agenda, is to ensure that the residents of Lawrence have a better quality of life. It is evident in the work that he does. He is a community activist that through Heal Lawrence has helped acquire shelter for displaced families, community cleanups, a Little League coach, volunteer for the Boys and Girls Club, an auxiliary police, and a member of Working Together Lawrence. Juan Manny Gonzalez has moved past good intentions, and through his work has realized positive change in his community. Through courage and hard work, he overcame all his obstacles in life, and now he has the courage to make his ultimate sacrifice and run for mayor. It's already been said, but by doing so, he is placing his family in the spotlight, away from the peace and quiet of a simple family life. Why, you ask? It's very simple. He cares. He cares about all of Lawrence community and its residents, no matter the race, no matter the language, the strengths or the challenges. He loves it. He is truly a man of good character, commitment, and courage. He has stepped up to the plate to mold many of us into productive members of the community, and I am confident that Juan Manny Gonzalez can have a lasting impact as the future mayor of Lawrence. Please help me welcome. No pressure.
Good evening, everybody. How can I follow that up? Dave's speech. I'm so humbled by seeing all these people here tonight. Jackie, I am so proud of her. Basically, uncle, I'm more of a brother because I grew up with her. As you know, Juan Manny Gonzalez. The Manny came back because when I went for the basketball team at Lawrence High School, guys felt uncomfortable saying Manuel. They would butcher the name, so they said, we'll call you Manny. That's where Manny came from. So anyways, came to Lawrence in 1982, went to Lawrence High School, and I know what is to come here and have nothing, and start from bottom up. Working at Flavor Fresh, my first job, $3.35 an hour. I was on Prospect Street, so I had to walk home after a long day. From there, Malden Mills, $5 an hour, cleaning the ovens after they were done producing. From there, I went to the Lawrence School Department, custodian work, $7.45 an hour. So I said, hey, this is great. We came to the United States looking for a better life. We're finding it, and it's getting better on a daily basis. So it's a dream, as Jackie mentioned, as Dave mentioned, it is a dream. It was about 160 years ago that this city was founded by immigrants that came here looking for a better life. And 160 years later, here I am running for mayor, living the dream. I am not considered an immigrant because of Puerto Rico's status, but I came here with the same intentions, to get a better life. And I found it. So people are asking me, why are you running for mayor? I care. I care, and I'm just gonna cross my arms and just don't do anything about it. I have a bunch of great ideas. I have a vision, and every time I mention it to people that are running for office, it's like they listen for a moment and then it's gone. And I got to the point that I say, you know what? If I want to get it done, I'm gonna have to come out of that comfort zone that Jackie mentioned and do it myself. And that's why I came out to run for mayor. I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to introduce my beautiful family, because without them, this wouldn't be possible. It's my wife, Gloria Bell. My daughter, Jasmine. And my son, Calvin. I have an older son, Juan Jr., who's not here tonight because he's working commitment. But that's who we are. We live on Bennington Street, number 5. Everybody's welcome to stop by, have coffee. Don't buy nothing before. Love coffee. They know I love coffee, and 3 o'clock is coffee. We always do that in Puerto Rico. We do it here too. But what matters now is Lawrence. We care about Lawrence. My wife is a teacher in the school system. My daughter Jasmine just graduated from Northeastern University. She's going to be a nurse, a math general. Calvin just graduated from the Pingree School, and he's going to RIT in the fall to study engineering. So we came here looking for a better life and to better ourselves, and we're on the way. I'm so humbled tonight because I'm seeing friends from as far back as high school that are here today, Louis being one of them, Myra, and many others. Nene is back there. So I couldn't mention everybody, but it's just looking around the room and seeing the support. That drives me to just keep going, keep knocking on doors, and keep doing it, because it shows me that I'm not the only one that cares. All of you care. I need every one of you to stand with us and make it better. That's the only way we're going to move the city forward. So our campaign is going to focus on 3 main issues. Public safety, to me, is always going to be #1 priority. I want every one of you to feel safe in your homes when you're walking around. We have a tough decision to be made as soon as elect mayor, and that's to find a new police chief. We all know that Chief Romero is on his way out, and an interim chief will be appointed. We don't know yet who's going to be, but as an elected mayor, it's something that I would have to work with whoever the acting chief is, so that we can get going right away on day 1. All right. One way that we can improve public safety is that if we are short-staffed on the police department, then we got to come together. We got to become our own policing in our neighborhoods. We got neighborhood associations. We will build groups within that neighborhood association. Together with the police chief, with the fire chief, and other community activists, we can identify where the trouble spots are, and we can have meetings there. I'm not going to be one of those mayors that are just going to stand back and send people to go do stuff. I'm a doer. As a firefighter, that's all I know. It's just to go do things. It's so easy to just say, go do that. In the fire department, I says, I wouldn't send you to do something that I wouldn't do. That's how I go. That's my, that's my mojo, as I say. So people say, so you talk about providing adequate police protection, fire protection. The city is short of money. I said, well, look, we understand that, but in the meantime, until we can find funds to increase police protection, police force, then we got to do our own little part. We become more vigilant. Care about your neighbors. All right. Right now, the morale is so down in the city that what people do, they turn a blind eye. If you need to make a phone call, make the phone call. That's how public safety is going to grow here. We got to work together. We got to watch out for each other. All right. Economic development. We're going to be talking about economic development. Right now, people are saying we need jobs. We need companies to invest in the city. I said, listen, we have a negative image sitting over our city right now. Nobody feels comfortable or safe investing the hard-earned money into the city. We can change that. We can change that by working together. I already started walking to the mills, including the Pacific Mill on Canal Street, and I'm listening to small businesses that are being evicted because they're bringing apartments. I'm okay with housing coming into the city, but we also got to talk about other stuff, and that's keeping the businesses that are here now, work with them. How can we help them stay here and grow within our city? If we don't do that and we're going to keep losing businesses, how are we going to bring anybody else? Let's secure what we have here first, and then we can bring others in. Once we start changing this image, I guarantee you that Lawrence being located in such a great location, 93, 495, 213, 110, You know what I mean? It's so easy. Why should people go to Lowell or Haverhill when they can come to Lawrence? So you gotta have a vision. You gotta have an economic developer that's gonna go out there and is gonna sell the city of Lawrence for the true values, not just this negativity. Go out there and let them know that Lawrence is here, right next to a beautiful river, which, by the way, that river, a lot of people use it to divide the city in north and south. That's not how I see it. I look around here tonight, and I see people from every part of the city, different ethnicities, and that's what I want to bring. This is for all of us to enjoy, for a better Lawrence. All right, so I'm going to be keeping it short on those issues. The next one is going to be education. But saying, what are you going to do about education? They're under the state receivership. And I said, that's okay, but as an elected official, as an elected mayor, I would be the chairman of the school committee. So I got to work with whoever the people elect as school committee members and set the tone, have the vision, show the state that we are doing taking the necessary steps to retake our schools back at the right time. This is not something that's going to happen from one day to the next. School system belongs to Lawrence. It's all children that are being educated here. We care about that. In the meantime, let's work with the superintendent that we have from the state. Do your part. Go to the schools, go to the meetings, learn your teachers' names. Those are the little things that we can do. We have to do our little part. We gotta be dedicated. So that's on education. I don't want to touch much on that because obviously we are on the state receivership. So there's really not much I can say on that. But I'm gonna tell you that I'm committed, I'm invested. I've been in Lawrence 30 years. I've been on the fire department 18 years. I'm a taxpayer, and I know that a lot of people are kind of upset about the tax increase, but I truly believe that if we make better decisions and we're responsible leadership, maybe we don't have to get hit with a tax increase. So I want to thank you so much for being here tonight, and I hope that I get a chance to shake everyone's hand. I know it's hard when you have a large crowd, but if it's not tonight, it's going to be soon. I'm going to be knocking on your door, and we have a lot of work to do. As Dave said, we have an office on Common Street, 256 Essex Street. We're going to need a lot of help. We're still collecting signatures, so if anybody here has not signed my nomination papers, even though we're going to be at the number, the 250, we got to go way past that. We cannot chance it. This is a campaign. This is your campaign. I'm just a regular guy. I might not sound so eloquent because, you know, sometimes when you're just a regular guy, when you get in front of a large crowd, you get a little nervous. But I realize that being nervous is human. It's human, that's what it is. People say, firefighters, you guys run into a building. Do you ever get nervous? I said, look, if you don't get nervous running into a burning building, then you got a problem. I said, you have to be nervous because that's what's going to keep you back and take the necessary steps to be careful what you're doing. That's why when you're a leader, elected mayor, make responsible decisions and take a minute before you go jumping into making irresponsible decisions. So I'm not here to badmouth anybody, any of the candidates that are running. I wish them well. I pray for them. I know that what I bring to the table is what's best for you. So that's what I want. I want a safer Lawrence, a better Lawrence, and thank you all for being here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Quickly, one more thing too. Just so everyone already knows, Manny's a public official, so he's not allowed to discuss this type of thing. But